Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
You went out last night on a Monday night? Goodness me.
I was thrilled to be invited to interview Olivia Colman for 10 minutes or so before a screening of her new film, which is called Wicked Little Letters. It's a fantastic movie. Before a group at the Ritz Cinema up in Randwick. And I met Olivia for a drink beforehand, and we chatted then in the car on the way there, and then we spent 10 minutes on stage together. I just want her to be my new best friend. She's everything I've ever wanted her to be. I've loved her for years and years, from her earliest shows, Peep Show. I asked her actually, just when we were chatting, about how because she did a whole lot of stuff with Mitchell and Webb, which is Robert Webb and David Mitchell. And she said the story's always been written that they were at university together. She said she never went to university. She tried to get into acting school, couldn't get into acting school, failed about 100 of her first auditions to try her hand at acting. So she was working at a cleaner at the uni and somehow met them through that, forged this creative bond with them, and that's kind of where she got the ball rolling. So, yeah, she had 100 failures through auditions before anything happened for her.
That's what happens.
But she's the nicest woman. We spoke. You know what? She's obsessed with She's been in Australia for about 3 weeks making a film in Adelaide. She's obsessed with Married at First Sight.
The Australian version?
The Australian one.
What's her take on it?
Well, she said that she finds it fascinating to see some bad relationships play out, and that she said there are some very sincere people in that show really looking for love. And it's so interesting in this truncated version of life and relationships where you get to see coercion, you get to see how bad relationships can begin, you get to see red flags. So for people to see warning, she sort of wants to say to her kids, look at that, that's what's bad.
Yeah.
So she finds it quite fascinating.
Did she say 100%?
She hasn't picked up the 100%. We spoke about holding in underpants, like the rest of us, why we're wearing
Well, that's
Spanx.
right in your wheelhouse, isn't
Completely in my wheelhouse. The horror stories throughout the years of wearing holding in underpants.
Yeah.
She was just the most fabulous
great.
woman. I just loved her. And she, like Taylor Swift, the first thing she wanted to do when she got to Australia, hold a koala.
What's with that?
What's with that? She loved it. And she said she was thrilled to see it didn't have chlamydia. I said, well, that's what you think. You'll get a letter in a few weeks saying, sorry, I have to tell you I've got chlamydia.
Was that the Married at First Sight contestant or the koala? Anyway, we caught up with Olivia yesterday. Our interview.
We caught up with her before I got to hang out with her.
Yeah.
So it's just a regular interview before she and I became best friends.
So that will explain any sort of aloofness that perhaps
there was no aloofness,
possibly is
but
in
we
this
don't
interview.
refer to our evening together.